Welcome back, everybody, to the 708 Convo. We're back at it again with the boys here. We decided today to bring in the producer who always says that it's easy to be on this side of the camera. So producer,
I said that?
Juanito.
Definitely.
And we have Christian here who's been with us, was with us on episode 1. Juan, producer, any words for us?
Oh man, I don't know. I'm feeling a bit nervous, but
You said it was easy.
I like sometimes, sometimes.
All right. So last week we were talking about investing. But one thing that I mentioned was that before you get to a point where you should be investing, you should get yourself out of debt and prepare yourself to invest. So this week we're going to go ahead and take that step back, and we're going to talk about getting out of debt, preparing yourself to invest. So Juan, I'll start with you. Why don't you give us a little background story on what it was like when you graduated college, you got that first big boy job, you get that first paycheck, you get that second paycheck, third paycheck, fourth paycheck. What's that like right there? You get that money.
I mean, coming from having like no money to hitting those paychecks, and having so many hobbies, because I'm a person of hobbies. At that stage in life, I love soccer, I love video games. That money went to buy video games, 100%. Like I probably bought what was it probably at the time, like all those Call of Duties.
Yeah,
probably bought all of them without like thinking about it. Just went in. I want all those. Got money.
So that paycheck comes in.
It was already spent without.
Before it even came in.
It was already spent.
Without hesitation.
Every dollar had its place, huh?
Yes.
But it wasn't in the right place. It was into video games and Magic the Gathering cards.
Yeah. It was at the right place for that at that time.
Andres, you graduated college.
Yeah.
You got that big boy job.
Right.
Working downtown.
Oh yeah, he started downtown. No.
Started where I'm at.
Whoa. You get that first paycheck. You get that second one. 6 months in, what are you doing with your money?
Well, I guess you feel like you have no responsibilities. Even if you have student loans, it's a 6 month, deferment. So it's like, let's just, like Juan said, let's just keep on spending, go out. I don't really go out, but it's like somehow you find the way to spend it all and it's buy clothes or whatever. But at some point it's like, what am I going to do with this? But you find something to do with it. Needlessly, you just spend it.
I have a story. I remember on my first, because we worked at what was it? Nuestro Deporte. It was like an after school program. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Obviously it was a part-time job, but then we got like full-time job. On my first full-time job paycheck, I wasted like my last dollar on a parking meter. Like legit, it went down to that same day that we got paid. That was the last. I had $1 to pay for that meter. Because remember, we had meters.
Yeah.
So on that check, it was a rainy day. I still remember. And if you go by UIC, there's a like a place where you can buy hot dogs and polish and so I don't know what it's called.
Gyms. Shout out to gyms.
Yep. So I go to, because if you remember correctly, there was a Chase on one of the corners where we used to work. There was a Chase. So the money got deposited, right? I went there, took out like $200-$300.
Okay. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So I drove to go to gyms, and on the way there was a homeless guy. Bro, I gave that guy $20. I didn't care. Like, here's $20.
Hey, rich as hell.
Yeah.
You gotta give it, right?
You give some.
So I gave him $20, and then I went ahead and just bought a buffet.
Gyms.
Dude, yes. Because those fries, dude, I love those fries.
Yeah,
I don't go as much, obviously.
I'm about to drive there right now.
but I go there myself. No, I'm not.
So yeah, that's one of my big stories. The last dollar, but once I hit the jackpot, it was
That's exactly what he did with his first paycheck.
Not a bad way to spend it, huh? Christian, you're there now.
Yeah.
You are where these two just literally
What about
talked
you?
about their experience. You're there now. You graduated what, a year and a half ago? 2
Yeah,
years ago?
2020, yeah.
So you graduated 2020. You've been doing this for a year and a half. Your 6 month deferment is gone. You have student loans, you got to pay for them now. But what are you doing with your money
Yeah,
right
no,
now?
yeah, I got 2 more months.
Oh, you got the. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
'cause of
yeah,
the-
yeah.
difference. That's
Oh.
a 2-year deferment.
All right, so
He's
you don't
there.
even have student loans. You haven't had student loans.
That's even worse, you see?
What have you been doing with your money for the last 1.5, 2 years?
So I'll say just recently, I've been sort of coming to reality and just trying to save as much. But I want to say the year prior to that was terrible. Well, I bought a car right away. Since I started working and it was farther. So my lease on my car that I had for college ran out, so I just bought a car. It was electric, so I could not spend as much on gas. So I got that, and then after that, I've just been going out, clubs, bars, buying bottles. The stupid young 20s life.
But I mean,
You gotta live those years, right?
We did that.
But Christian said, here's the thing that Christian said. He said, I'm just coming to realize now that I have to start saving, and so he's now just now starting to save.
Yeah.
What hit you?
Trying.
What was it that do you remember ever just that it made either of you realize holy, I gotta start saving. I can't live I can't keep this way of living, or else I'm never gonna invest, save, or anything. I'm gonna be stuck in debt.
so I was living like obviously in a bubble where it's I'm solid being at my home and do things around here, like around the area.
Mm-hmm.
But I think at some point it was brought up going to places, travel. And I'm like, can I survive at travel? Like that triggered me. Like my brain's like, can I survive at travel? And obviously, I think some of the first time that I decided to travel was with you guys, and it's like, if I go there, can I make it back?
That's exactly where I'm at right now. Looking at all these vacations and stuff like that we have planned this year and next year. I'm just like, crap.
How am I gonna get
Yeah,
there?
I need to start saving, for real, for real. I need to stop, going out to the bars every weekend, because damn, I'm looking back, just thinking back, and how much I spent on literally just alcohol is terrible.
So the first time we decided to travel out, when we came back, it was pretty okay, I need to step down a little bit because I came back spent, and it was just terrifying because at that point I had my car and the monthly payments, helping out my parents with the bills, and it's like, I guess I need to change some stuff around here,
Was there anything, Andres, that it hit you that you're like, dang, I gotta change my habits, my spending habits, or was there? Do you remember when
Nah, I still
when
spend
that?
how I used to spend. Nothing has changed.
So you can't say well, now I'm doing this, I'm budgeting,
No, well, yeah, because obviously,
what
you
what
have to.
changed? What changed? So before, you didn't care. You had, you said, you had no responsibilities. You didn't have
What was
loans.
that click?
Yeah, what was that? What was it that clicked for you, and what did you start doing differently?
I would say, obviously, again, you start because you have a group of friends, and you start seeing how they grow, and you see some people, some are not growing like the right way or whatever. So it's like,
Mhm.
oh, it's not bad. But you see some other ones that are buying houses, cars and all that stuff, and it's like, oh well, maybe I should start because you see yourself, and it's like, oh, I can get that if I wanted to. But at some point, it's like, all right, well now, not that you want to, it's like now you have to. So
Yeah.
it's like, all right, well, change some things, and how.
So, is it the people you hang around with that it's like, well, Jimmy over here, he's chill. He hasn't bought a house. He's not investing. So I'm being more like Jimmy. But then you start hanging out with Johnny over here who's investing.
Freaking
He's
Johnny.
out of debt. He bought a house.
Freaking joke.
Like, he's like, God dang, Johnny, making me look bad.
Well, no, it's. I guess it'll be like a double-edged sword because if you're staying with Jimmy and not with Johnny, it's like, oh well, I'm in the middle. I'm not as bad, so I can go.
Yeah. I feel
So you think you're in a good spot because you can see yourself as either one because you're like, all right, if I wanted to, I can go do the opposite, and it's
Andres, remind me, what degree did you get at school? Like,
What?
What type of career did you study?
business, finance.
Did that somehow help you, and that's why maybe you never really like?
No, because it's different. Like obviously the courses and that you take, they're different. Just like business finance versus personal finance.
Uh-huh.
I think that you kind of have to experience, and it's a little different.
So you're no longer 20. You're no longer in your 20s. You're no longer in your 20s. Christian's in his early 20s. What advice, not just Christian, to all those kids that are their senior year, they're about to graduate, they're about to start getting that big boy money, that paycheck is gonna come in. They're gonna get in there and be like, all right, I'm gonna go buy all the new Call of Duties. What would you say? Like, would you say blow all your money, or what would you say now that you're in your 30s? Would you say like, damn, I wish I would have in my 20s, I would have like saved all my money. I wish I would have done this. What would you recommend to Christian right here?
Mhm.
But not just Christian, like all those kids that are just graduated.
I think it's taking a step back on like the spending, because like I didn't need that many Call of Duties. I didn't need to buy me a buffet that day. You know?
I mean, everyone needs to eat.
Yeah.
No, yeah, like
Yeah, you need to eat, but you don't need to eat that much.
Yeah, because I mean, there was leftovers.
You can have one Call of Duty, where you don't need the whole set of Call of Duty.
Exactly. So I think that was my problem at the time, and like, because you can still have fun. You just and I don't know if it was that like from like zero to nothing, and then just kind of like did it. So like if you realize that beforehand that could happen to you, maybe that can help you.
We'll go like how we said last week. We need to budget to have fun, but to make sure that that's one of the last items you put.
Yeah.
Make sure you like keep everything covered, and then if you have leftovers, you have some fun, but don't put that in the front. Say I need to party first, and then I worry about doing the rest.
It's like when you start a budget, you say, all right, I'm gonna do all this stuff, and then at the end of it, you're like, all right, and then I'm gonna save this much because that's what I have left over. Where it's like you have it backwards. You gotta have your 10%, like you're giving, and then you gotta have your savings, and then you gotta pay for your necessities, and then what's left over is like, okay, well I only have $100 to spend on whatever I wanted. Where the way I had it before, I can spend $1,000.
Right.
What the heck? So it's like the way your mindset is kind of like prepares you for the future. So you could put the savings all the way at the bottom, and if there's any money left over at the end of the month, you'll save it. If there's any money left over at the end of the month, you'll give. It's like, nah, you had it backwards.
You see, that's
Well,
where
that's
where I'm at right now.
I was gonna say I think anyone that's young, it's like, oh, future me is gonna save more.
Yeah.
And that's the thing where it's like, oh, we got time, but obviously that's something that people don't.
So do you
think
guys
about.
write it all down like literally on a piece of paper or like on a notebook?
Excel,
I do.
You do
So
Excel.
Excel, and an app just to compare.
I do it on a piece of paper. I have an Excel. I have an app, and I like go through it like almost like every week. Where my money is, where I'm because my money moves consistently.
Yeah.
Like I was telling you guys the other day, I had like $500 in cash. I'm down to $10 today because that money for me, that money's got to keep moving.
Yeah.
It can't sit still. If it's gonna sit still, it better be because it's in 2-3 months when I move it, whatever it was sitting on is not worth more.
Gain more. Yeah.
And yeah, I'm gonna lose some. Like last week, I told you guys about DraftKings. I had it at 20, went all the way up to 70. Should have sold it, but didn't. Now I wrote it back down to 20. So that's money that literally went up and down, and I let it sit there when I should have sold and started back up again at 20.
Yeah.
But that's what I do with not just that, but like anything that I invest in. But anyways, let's get back to where we're at today. We got to prepare ourselves to investing. So you're saying to all the Christians out there, yes, live. Yes, go get some food. Yes, buy that Call of Duty. But no, don't go out and buffet. No, don't buy all the Call of Duties. Yes, go out, grab a drink. But no, don't get drunk having 20 beers. Yes, go out, have a shot. But no, don't go out buying a whole bottle. Yes, go out. But don't go out every single weekend. Or some people every single night.
Yeah.
Like, if you think about it, there's people out there that go out every night or every other night. So I think there's a balance to this, right? You want to go out, you want to have fun with your friends, but do it once a month, do it every other weekend, and don't go out every time that you go out spending $1,000 buying a bottle. Just be smart with your money. Save first and pay off all your debts. Anything that you have as an advice?
Well, yeah, I would say another thing that a lot of people might, or not a lot of people, but some people might look at it and be like, oh, well, I make a lot of money, so I can do this. And one thing that I personally would know is that you can't out earn stupidity. So it doesn't matter how much money you're going to make if you're still spending
more than
you make type of thing. You and if you're like, oh, I got this bonus, I got this raise, your lifestyle just changes with it. So try to stay.
Yeah, it's like when we would get our income taxes. When I first started doing my income taxes, I used to be like, yes, I'm about to get some money. But in reality, it's like I'm letting the government borrow my money.
Yeah.
When I could have, if I'm getting back 3,000-4,000, it's like, what's 4,000 divided by 12? 6, 12, 18, 24? I don't know what it is, but whatever 4,000, if you're getting 4,000, divide that by 12. That's how much money you're borrowing the government for free, interest free, and you're gonna get it at the end on when you get your tax. It's like, did I really just lend them $4,000 when I could have invested it, paid off debt, had money at the end of the month to do something?
But the way people look at it is that, oh, well, now, they kind of saved it for me, and now I can pay off whatever. That's a mentality. Again, it's kind of backwards, where it's like, no, you could have been doing it from the beginning.
Prior to that,
where people look at it like, oh, this is like extra money, and obviously it's not extra money, but that's the way people look at it, where it's like, oh, now I can pay off whatever instead of doing it. You could have done it in the
So
beginning.
what you're saying is, like, if you did not do that with the taxes and you kept that money instead of letting the government borrow it, you make more out of it?
Yeah. So
potentially.
So let's say, because this is going to make my life easy. Let's say when you do your income taxes, you get $12,000 back.
Mm-hmm.
That means if you adjust your W-4?
Yeah.
W-4?
Yeah.
Okay, if you adjust your W-4, Now, so you get that extra 1,000 every month.
Mhm.
Now your paycheck is going to come in $1,000 more per month. Yes, when you do your taxes, you're not going to get any money back, but that's because you were getting it throughout the month.
Okay.
So,
And that
but
money.
that's besides the point.
No. That's a good point because, like you said, like if I get that money and I can invest it on something else, you know,
Or pay off what you-
because that money is making them money, but making me no money.
Yeah.
I just like here, use
Mm.
it, but turn it back to me later with
Yeah.
no.
So when you're in debt, what do you do? Because I remember this. I was in debt, and I'll tell you this. There was a point where I would get my income, I would pay off debt, but now I had no money in my bank account. So I was like, well, I got to survive. Credit card, credit card, credit
Just
card.
rack it out.
And then that money comes again, that paycheck comes in. Oh shit! Whoa. Now I got to pay off my credit card again.
Yeah.
And you get this. People get into this cycle, and it's a never-ending cycle if you let it happen. Were you guys ever in that? Should I share my story and how I got out of it? Was there something that were you ever in that? Did you ever feel that way? You weren't in that situation?
My family is very traditional, and credit cards are the devil. Like if I tell my dad I have a credit card, he's like, burn it.
Well, I hope he does not watching, huh?
Huh?
You
He's gonna
were
call
you
mine
ever
out.
were you ever in a situation like that where it's like, money came in, and it's not like, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. No, it's like I gotta pay debts, I gotta pay bills, and it was just a bad cycle.
I wouldn't say. Partially, yeah, I would
Okay.
say because obviously it's you, like you said, like his first paycheck, it's already spent it. Where in other people, it's like, oh, well, I'm gonna get paid on Friday. Let me buy this, buy this, buy this,
Yeah.
and then it's like, all right, I got to pay this, but now I have to. But yeah, it's not to like a crazy extent, but yeah, like,
All
but
right,
like,
well,
I gotta wait for that.
I'm gonna tell you guys that I was in this cycle. I was to the point where I was getting paid, and then I had to pay my car, I had to pay student loans, and then, like I said, I would not have money, so I had to put it on credit card. So now I have to pay off my credit card, and then I would have to do this and then pay this. So bills piled up, and it was like, it was a cycle where at one point I was like, all right, something's gonna change, or is this gonna be my life? Where it's like, okay, well, what do I do? So at that point, I literally sat down and I said, all right, something's got to change. So I literally took out my statements, like what my debit card, what was spent, what my
Yeah.
credit card, what I was spending. I literally put, this is a need, gas, food, things that were needed, student loan debt, credit card at that point for my debit card. But everything that was a want, like you said, yes, you need
games.
food, but you don't need to go freaking
Buffet.
a buffet that, or freaking, what are those steak places?
Yeah, like one of those fancy
Fogo de chao. You don't need to go there. You need food, but you don't need that.
Yeah.
So at that point, I put, this is what I need. This is what I need. This is a want. I need to not spend. So in order for me to get out of that cycle, and the thing that I got lucky was that I started this in January, February, and like
Beginning.
that beginning of the year. So I got that income tax, couple of thousand to give me a little breathing room. But after that, I said, all right, for the next few months, I literally have to go like
Change it
cold
up.
turkey type
Yeah.
of thing. So like for 3 months, that's how I got out of it. I had to go.
And I can confirm because me and Leo worked together at that point in life, and I was just like, "Are you gonna go out get some food?" It's
Oh.
like, no, I brought my own food.
And there were times where I would go eat with him. And here's the thing. So where we would love to go, they would give you a little sopita and a cup of water, and then you start ordering your food. So I would get my sopa, I'd start eating it. Lady would come around. Okay, well, you guys ready to order? he would order, and our coworkers would order. I'd be like, nah, I'm good with this.
Oh,
That's literally all I ate.
You can't
And
confirm.
until later on they caught on, and they wouldn't bring you the sopa unless you placed an order.
Yes.
But I needed to do that for a few months to get out of that rut that I was in.
yeah.
And I feel like there are people out there that need to do that as well. Like you have to like Christian, like you're at that point where it's either like you gotta stop going out every weekend, like you said, if you're doing it, like, or you gotta change something up, or you gotta find a second job.
Bro, the people
Yeah.
that get every day Starbucks coffee.
Dude,
I'm saying, look at this.
it's so expensive.
It's every day, right? Now imagine you bike up in the morning, get whatever other thing, little bread or whatever. Then you go for buy lunch, right? And then that same day you go out to buy
Dinner.
get dinner somewhere, bro.
But a lot of times it's not just they don't just go in the morning. They go like multiple times a
You go
day.
at 2:00.
Yeah.
We had a coworker when I first started. He would go to that
La Colombe.
the Colombe.
Coffee.
There was one that way, and then Starbucks was the other way. One time he would go this way, a couple hours later he'd go to Starbucks, back to La Colombe. It's like, damn, how much money do you make or what? But yeah, like it's just budget your
Yeah.
money, be smart with your money, and understand that like 10 years down the road, you're gonna be like, dang, I should have saved, I should have gotten out of debt. Because you're setting yourself up for your future to be able to invest, to be able to buy that house. So I actually read somewhere that people that buy a house, their net worth is like, by the time they're 35 or 40, their net worth is well over 100,000. Versus if you didn't buy a house, your net worth is still like in the tens or 20,000, because you're forced to invest.
Yeah.
Even though I think a house that you live in is a liability, you're still forced, quote unquote, to invest into your house.
Uh-huh.
So your house is building equity. So you're technically investing into a property, versus if you're renting or whatever, you're not.
Yeah.
You don't own a house. That is money that's not going kind of into your investment. So your net worth is lower. What was I saying? Why did I say that?
I get it though.
So basically, you're trying to give out people like.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
I remember. Get out of debt so you can buy that house, so you can start investing into real estate.
So right now, talking about that, I did used to go out to like the club every weekend, and then I would go out multiple times a weekend. So I would either go out Thursday and Saturday, or I'd go out Friday and Saturday, and it would always be either like a club and bar or club and club. But I haven't gone out to a club in months now, and I started going to just the bars. But now I'm trying to do where like I go every other weekend, or every 2 weeks, like every third weekend.
We didn't have that. We had that time where we would just go to the bars on the weekend. So it happens. But
Yeah.
You're definitely gonna go through that phase. Like
yeah. So now I haven't gone to the bar in probably 2 weeks, and I'm trying to get to that point where it becomes a habit where like I don't even like if Friday comes and like I don't even want to.
Yeah.
So my question is like, for you, Christian, when you would go, like, are the to pay like in a group, and then everybody kind of splits the bill, or how does it work? You know.
Well, that's why I got like into that little cycle, because we would go out to the bar or the club. Obviously, the drinks there are like super expensive. We would always be like, let's just get bottle service. It's cheaper, and like in between all of us. In the clubs, they have it. If you get three bottles or more, you get the good seats. 2 bottles, you get like the middle seats, and then like if you just buy 1 bottle, they throw you all the way by the bathrooms, all the way in the back. So we're like,
you can't have that.
So we're like, what the hell? We got us in the front. Where the DJ's at? Let's get 3 bottles. All right, so the bottles will come. Obviously, you get 3 bottles. There's a big group, so we would go through them pretty quickly, we'd be like, "What the hell? There's no more." All right, screw it. Let's get another one. Or another two. So we get
But
another two.
at that point, is there that brave soul that's like, I'll pay for the next one?
I mean, not
Because
that yet.
I'll be the guy. I'll be that guy. I know I'll
Yeah,
be
yeah,
that guy
yeah.
because I'm buzzed and I already bring the other one. But that because I don't give a shit. I'll pay for it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, I mean, at that point, sort of, but there's always that one guy where, like, screw it, like, I got the next one, let's go. Just to keep it going. And that happened to me once, and then the next day, I just, like, why did I do that?
He looks at his card.
Yeah, I was like, why did I do that?
So that's the next day that it hit you. I feel like for me, I'd be like, "Damn, you guys sure we want to split this next one?"
It was the next day. And yeah, we just regretted it. And I think it was one of the last times where that's when I was like, all right, I need to chill.
You know, I feel like to me it was it didn't happen like right away. Like it took years. Like I know noticing you, Leo, saving money, like kind of like in the back of my head, you know, because I know you would drill like Juan, you know, rice and beans. What was the phrase?
Yeah.
And to me, it's just like I don't know what this guy don't know what's talking about. Eventually, it clicked in. All right, I guess you know I can't survive.
I guess.
I think,
And no. It was actually like very, it was very good because guess I had that like safetyness.
Yeah.
Like having money backing you up, you have that safetyness.
When even at that, like if with people, a lot of the issues like, well, I don't make as much money, so I can't. I whatever I make, I need to spend on bills and all that stuff. And again, I think if you do it like you, where he says, all right, well, let me go through every little thing, it's gonna be tedious and take you a month or two, maybe like a couple months, but you'll see that obviously it's like, all right, well, $50 here, I didn't really need it.
Yeah.
This subscription, I didn't need it, and it's like it's gonna take some time, but at the end of the day, it's worth it.
And the thing I think was hard for me was, out of my friend group, I was like one of the only ones that went to like the typical 4-year college route. A lot of my friends either started working right away or they went to like trade school.
So at that point, they have a little more upper hand.
Yeah, they went to trade school or started like truck driving. So they obviously started making way more money way before me.
Right.
And then as soon as I started making money, I'm like, all right, I caught up to you guys. Like, let's go. And then that's when I felt like, all right, they were like, I would go out with them when I was in school. They would have more money than me, obviously, so they would be able to spend more than me. And then as soon as I got out of college, I started working. I'm like, all right, I'm at that point where I could spend money now, and that's what was hard for me.
But I think too, one thing that you and your friends can do is, you guys are all making money now. You guys are all smart enough to say, you know what, guys, let's just hang out at somebody's house. Let's not get drunk. Let's just have a couple beers. Let's hang out like this, let's just talk and let's just
chill
together, have a couple, like play FIFA or something, whatever, right? Let's talk about what can we do? What can we invest in? Like, Juan, you're having money trouble, dude. I had money trouble. This is what I went through. This is how I got out of it. Yeah. Like, I don't know what you guys, how everybody is, right? I don't know financially or where everybody's at. Like, people have family problems, this, that, but like, even just talking about family problems, like, hey man, I don't freaking know, whatever family problems you guys talking about, financially, get that group, instead of going out, drinking, getting drunk every weekend, get that group together and start building something together.
Yeah.
Like, where you guys help each other out.
Yeah.
I don't know if your friends watch that, but something you guys can do. But any other words? Final words?
No, I think this I really like these financial episodes. I think they're very helpful. I don't know if everybody likes them.
But
you say they don't like them. People are like, screw you. I like to spend my money. I want to spend my money.
Give me my picks for next game. But yeah, I would say it's people obviously finance is something that people don't like to talk about. But obviously we're not trying to bring anyone down or anything. We're trying to help people.
Yeah.
So I would hope that this episode
You know?
like brings in some more talk type of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. But like you said, like it's not bringing people down. It's like Leo was in the same situation I'm in right now. I need to get out. Why don't I try that?
Yeah.
It's like you said, it's tedious. It took me hours. It was like, do I really want to cut that off? I kind of enjoy eating that food every once in a
Come
while.
on, you gotta get to Starbucks.
It's like, yeah,
But
like,
you make a change somewhere else. That's the thing. It's
Yeah.
like, eh,
don't be
you
donuts.
move. That's the whole thing. Like if you kind of put your budget, you're able to move it and change it around to see what
yeah,
works for you
Yeah.
until
Yeah.
you find
you're the one that creates your budget.
right.
So
'Cause
your
like,
budget shouldn't limit you.
right.
It should tell you, okay, I love Starbucks.
Let
I'm
me
not
put-
going to give that
yeah.
up. I'm going to spend my, what is it, 5, 10, 15, 20, at least $25 if I just do coffee.
Once a week.
Once
Once a day.
every 5,
Yeah.
once a day, weekday. So I'm going to spend my $25, 50, $100 a month on my Starbucks
Uh-huh.
once a day during the week. Weekends, I don't know what you're doing. But
make
if
your own.
that's something that you're like dead set on, okay, keep that $100 set for
Right.
that. But now get rid of that, I don't know, freaking Hulu subscription or Netflix subscription
Hulu Live.
Or
And then
Hulu
about
Live.
$50 a month.
or Fubo that I have or whatever your subscription that you have one too many of. 'Cause I know you don't need Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, HBO.
They have different programs.
Paramount Plus,
So you do need them all, right?
Yeah.
All right, my bad.
Apple TV Plus.
Yeah, like you don't need all those. Okay, let's say you have Netflix and
Right.
Hulu Live. Do you really need Amazon? Do you really need HBO? Do you
Right.
really need all these other ones?
And the
Like,
way
how
they
much
get-
TV do you watch, really?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, that, when
Like,
people like
the impulse of just watching that one show, right?
that one show that's on there, and then you forget to cancel it.
Hate it. I love
that's how
watching.
they get you.
Yeah.
I love The Office, and then it was on Hulu. Then he went back to Netflix. Then he was on Peacock.
Peacock.
Then he was over here. I was like, why you guys gotta do
So
me
you
like
got all of
that?
them. So you went chasing them and you got all of them?
Yeah,
You
it-
forgot to
it-
cancel?
it-
You forgot to cancel.
yeah, it feels like it feels like they're just trying to get you. You know, I mean, like, I guess that's the game, right? And then just he's gonna procrastinate and not cancel this month.
That's what happened.
And that does happen if you don't set a reminder to cancel. And then it gets you like, I'll cancel next month.
And then again, boom, you forget.
Yep. All right. So, Christian, actually,
Yes.
I'm going to go back to you. How you doing with your workout?
I started with stretching a lot more. Yesterday I was cracking my back and just, but I think I gotta start walking at least, running.
Producer, are you working out?
My working out. I can't.
Actually, producer, did you finally decide on the gym?
Oh yeah, that is true. It was by Monday, no?
Yeah.
So the decision I was postponed for a couple more days. Yeah, I'm sorry.
This is
I've
to
been busy.
choose a gym.
It's not even to go. This is to choose.
Oh my god.
It's good. Remember, this is my third time trying to lose weight. There's been 2 initial attempts. The first one was amazing. The second one was meh. Pizza got me. Which I feel like it gets everybody. So
Yeah,
pizza
yeah,
got
yeah.
me. This third one, I think once I start, I'm mentally prepared
Third
for
time
all
is charm.
those curveballs.
All right.
Because it is amazing, guys.
But it's once you start, right?
Once
right
I
now
start,
you're-
once
right now
I
you're-
start, it's game over,
You're
guys.
trying to prepare mentally right now.
Yeah. So
I feel you.
you know, like I think we can make this a thing. We'll start doing progress on videos. You know, start putting that out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, like once it starts, this time I'm mentally prepared. I'm ready for those obstacles because they're mountains, dude. They're mountains for me. Like especially like just being like I'm always doing like this, you know, and you get to a point where it's like, all right, I'm feeling good. I'm losing weight, and then he comes the food.
And that's where you hit this plateau where like, yeah, I feel good. I can
You
have
start
this
eating,
slice of
yeah,
pizza.
Yeah.
I feel that. I go through those cycles, and we talked about that with
Yeah.
with Tony that he goes through cycles.
It's a mental thing because like the way I treated it was oh, I'm gonna lose weight, and then once I lose weight, then I can start eating whatever I want. But no, it's adapting to that lifestyle.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
lifestyle.
it's adapted to the lifestyle. That's the thing that I just didn't click those first 2 times. So who knows, man. But yeah, we'll keep that.
All right, so
So
we're gonna keep you in check.
yeah, I remember
working
the
out.
next. So we're in the step of deciding on the gym,
That was due
That
2
was
days
I was gonna
ago.
say. That was
which
on
got
Monday.
postponed
For how long?
for till we have the next video.
Till the foreseeable future.
Which is which reminds me to bring up that so when we started this you said, Leo, that at least you gotta try it 5 times, right? So we're at episode 4.
Got at least one more episode. And after that, you might never see us again.
About to say, especially with those views not coming in.
What do you mean?
You might
got
kick us
pretty good
out.
views. I mean, obviously you have to keep getting better at it and stuff.
Yeah.
Write in those comments. You guys are not good.
So be mindful that this idea came from someone that hasn't showed up to the show.
Hey, the 5th one might be the charm.
So we're not gonna have the 5th one until that person.
No, it's already it's already being said. He said
He's
he's
a producer. He's in behind the scenes. He's working on
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
It's already taken care of.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You already signed them.
he said he needed to check with
His assistant.
his assistant.
I think that's what I heard.
So we'll see. Hopefully, the assistant is able to give us that chance, 1 in a million chance of having him on set, and then bring him in because this guy he was dead set on this. Like, we gotta do those podcasts. I love these things. I'm all about podcasts.
All right. It's on you to have him here. Have him sit in your seat. You'll go back to behind the camera producing.
Try to enjoy this.
I'm gonna say,
I get to hang out with my
Yoshi, what
Mustang.
is that?
Dude,
Morty.
more Mustangs, bro. 708Convo.
I'm sorry.
It's Morty, bro.
All right.
I was
All
saying
right.
Juan is gonna be in. You know what, guys? I can do this by myself. I got
Yeah.
this.
I'm do this on my own. Thanks. Thanks for getting this started.
I think you need you need people to have a combo, right?
Nah, you can just talk straight to the camera. You're good.
Talk to them.
I mean, we're kind of like, I don't know. I need you guys to show up. Bring the energy, bring the
I
conversation
think
up.
you brought the energy.
So, but yeah, this financial episode, I really like them. It reminds me of the humble beginnings.
Now tell us if you guys liked it.
But yeah, you definitely guys need to get that get to save money.
All right. So with you, we'll keep asking you how you're doing with your fitness progress. Andres, we're gonna keep asking you how your
Definitely gonna
stretching is
start.
going.
I'm gonna move from stretching to a little jog. So that'll be for next episode.
All right, Christian, with you, we're gonna start asking you how you're doing financially.
Have you
or,
gone to the
like-
club?
Yes, let's go with that one.
All right.
This month, how many times did you go
Out.
Out.
And
then,
how many times were you the guy? Just bring another bottle.
Hopefully none.
And then you'll tell us your stories if you do.
Don't
All right,
forget
guys.
to subscribe, hit that little bell.
Yeah, that notification bell. Hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell. But other than that, we're gonna wrap it up here. I think we went a little longer than we wanted, but overall, like Andres said, don't take this personal. Don't get offended. This is for you to learn from us, from our mistakes. You're all right. I think with that, we gotta cut this
Right.
off. Like Andres said, hit the like, comment, hit the bell, subscribe. And with that, we're gonna wrap it here. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. The next one's gonna be a good one with special guests.
Special guest and episode 5. That
The big one.
the big one.
The last one or the big one?
I mean,
Well, the last
it
one
could
is
be the
better.
last one,
Yeah,
but it also has to be a big one
All right.
for it to not be the last one.
Okay.
makes sense.
So thank you, everybody. Thanks for watching us.